One of my viewers said, if you're born in America, you won the birth lottery. I've been thinking a lot about that. Unless you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, life in America could be hard as well. I'm from the Midwest, where it gets cold, and I'm from rural America. And many of my friends, the same way. Many of my friends, we've shared the same hardships. In the wintertime, your pipes may freeze and you have no water for days. If you live in a warm climate, you can go out and pump more water. In the wintertime, unless you've saved some in jugs and your pipes are froze, you're not going to have any. You're not going to have any water. You can't go anywhere because the roads are impassable. If you live in a rural area, it may be days before the county comes out there with a truck and clears your road so you can get anywhere. Too much snow and ice on the road. Your parents may not be able to get home for a day or two because they're stuck in another town because the roads are impassable. And your power may be out and you're not hot. You're cold. Your breath is so cold. It's so cold in the house you can see your breath, steam. Just hope that you're lucky enough to have a wood stove you can stay near to stay warm. You spent all summer, spring, and fall preparing for winter just so you had enough warm wood to stay warm. You wake up in the morning with frost on your walls and your windows. You have plenty of food because your parents are farmers and you raise all the food you have. Your mom and dad are both gone 12 hours each day from work to work. Your dad sells eggs and dressed rabbits and beef to his co-workers. Someone wants 3 rabbits tomorrow. You gotta walk out to the barn in ankle-deep snow and get 3 rabbits killed and dressed for tomorrow. Also, break the ice over the hill in the hand-dug pond so the cows can drink, and carry up 4 buckets for the hogs, dogs, cats, rabbits, chickens, and turkeys to drink. If it's -0, still needs done. Dad's at work. My school is off for a snow day. Summertime spent working in the garden, getting in hay, and in my free time working for farmers in tobacco and hay to buy school clothes. I went in the military right out of high school. I did my time and came home to no job, no home. I slept on my parents' floor until I found a job that paid enough for me to support myself and my family that I created while in the military. I did go to some college classes in the military when I had time. My first job, I worked 12 hours night shift at a chemical company, breathing in all kinds of cancer-causing agents, getting benzene on my body most every day. Everyone knows benzene causes cancer. Finally, the EPA shut that place down. And again, when I had time, I went to school for higher education. I found another job at a chemical company where I worked for 20 years. I started off as a laborer, worked my way up to a shift superintendent. I worked more Christmas days, holidays, and weekends than 16 hours days that I'd like to remember. Stretches of 30 and 40 days with no days off. By the time my kids were in their teens, I didn't know them because I was living the so-called American dream. At work all the time so my family could have a better life. In 2009, due to the economic crisis, I lost that job. I'd lost my wife due to a divorce in 2004, a wife of 20 years, so I decided I'm not going to work for anyone else and take another risk on losing another job. I'm going to do it on my own. So I started my own company, a construction company, and I did good and gained a customer base, but it still wasn't enough. So I decided to go back in the workforce. So I started over again from scratch. But everything, it was all hard work and drive and determination. Yes, there are a lot of opportunities in America. If they're not going to come to you, you have to have drive and go after them. 11.6% of Americans live in poverty, some by laziness, but not all. You just can't be born in America and have a life like you see on TV. After 2009, I was in the maintenance management field, and I worked many long hours and days off, and with no days off, sometimes without weeks or months. I had to go out of the country, travel for special projects, being woke up at all times of the night because of equipment breakdowns, being on vacation and having to answer your phone, or you're having dinner with your family, having to leave what you're doing to go deal with things at work, maybe being on the phone for an hour while your family waits for you to take care of business. This is the sacrifice you give to give them a good life, not a lottery win at all. When I decided to come to the Philippines after researching many countries for a few years, I was walking to the cow lot one day at 10 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 12 Celsius, carrying 2 5-gallon buckets of cow feed in knee-deep snow, thinking, why am I doing this? I don't enjoy this anymore. So if that's winning the birth lottery, I'd love to hear your story. Other than you're poor, you have drive. Did you join the military as a way out, as I did, and many of my friends? Could you find a job? Did you work your way through school like many have? Why have you had it so bad? Was it poor life choices or laziness? Also, try being black in the inner city. I had many friends in the military from New York City, Chicago, and Philadelphia, and I feel privileged that I could raise my own food, unlike them, and I didn't have bullets coming through my windows at night. I do believe in God, and He will talk to you, not in an audible voice, but through your thoughts. You just have to pray, and you have to listen. The book of Proverbs is filled with verses about hard work. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23 says, hard work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. So until next time, be safe, have a good one, and mahalo ko kayo.